This podcast contains adult themes, sexual content, and strong language. If you can't handle that, you should probably leave.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
Welcome to another episode of Bustles and Bangers with me, Rachel, and Christopher.
Hello, I'm Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
We're on Bustles and Bangers.
Bustles and Bangers.
This is a series finale, actually.
I know. I'm so
We're finishing.
Nervous, excited.
Yeah, so y'all have to wait 8 months.
Well, today is the day I'm going to announce it to everybody. So if you're listening, this has been long awaited. So we are finishing up the romance by Roberta Leigh, or Lee. I don't know. I keep butchering it. I've never looked it up.
Romance is loose. It's almost a comedy.
Only because we made it that way. It was very dramatic.
I think it was written.
This is a drama. Well, this is The Two-Timing Man.
Mm-hmm.
And we are now at the 4th installment of this series.
So far, all it's been about is this a regular girl cheating on her fiance,
yeah,
right?
We've never really acknowledged that
Mr. Martin Buchanan is still floating at the front of this book and is yet to be mentioned again.
Abby has been cheating this whole time, and we have not acknowledged that. She has not acknowledged that.
Nope,
she never even broke it off.
Nope,
she never called him. She didn't text him, even though texting wasn't a thing. She never sent him a letter.
Nothing.
We don't even know where he is. There goes Bill. All right, so I want to just start off and give you, because it's been a little bit, give you a precedence of, or a view of where we're at. Okay.
Take me back.
All right. So, if you can remember, they just got done doing the nasty.
Yeah.
Abby and Ross.
That's right.
And it was extreme, and she's in love with him. Well,
That's
here we
amazing.
are.
That's why they say don't have sex when you should abstain until you're married, because you'll fall in love with them, right?
Yes.
Get STDs and fall in love.
She's been around the block, but she's in love with him nonetheless. She's no one's taking her heart. So the next day, Abby left her apartment at noon, having promised to help Caroline move into Kevin's home in the afternoon.
Wait.
Remember?
They're already moving in together?
Remember, that was the deal. Kevin had offered for Caroline to move in, and Abby was like kind of against it, but she was insistent. Okay, so
because it's been like a day and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so Abby at this point, had been through a lot with Ross, and she was seriously debating about asking her father to let someone else handle this account with Ross's company. But
because now she's emotionally involved and physically involved, because Rosser's now, not only is he fucked Elise, he turned around and fucked Abby.
Yeah. So, well, and there was the thing.
And Enrico, right?
I know we didn't miss this. I know I'm starting at the right point, but I feel like maybe we need to recap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she's trying to forget him. I guess it's been a minute and you're feeding me tequila. So, let me see. Let me make sure I'm at the right spot. Gotta find that spot. G. All right, so thoughts of Ross vanished when reaching the dilapidated house where her cousin lived. The landlady told her Caroline had been knocked down by a car and was in a nearby hospital.
She got hit by a car?
Yes.
So she's, okay, keep going.
Yeah. So, because remember, I think the ending of the last one, it was like Ross had kind of become aloof. And he wasn't answering her so much. And then there was that thing with Elise.
He's trying to get away from Abby. It's like he's plotting to get away.
There was that thing with Elise, and she was saying how she bought her a dress, and they were out of town together and stuff like that, right? You remember that? Do you remember that? Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I'm having trouble remembering
it.
It's been a long day. All right. So Abby asks, is she badly hurt? How did it happen? She was supposed to be here packing.
Well, She walked off the second floor balcony and got hit by the car. It's the weirdest thing.
Dude, look, okay, just hang on for this ride, okay? Because they are talking to the landlady, of course, the one that watches Charlie, Caroline's baby. Mm-hmm. And the landlady is like, not anymore. Her boyfriend rang to say it was off. Oh my God. Kevin called to say it was off all of a sudden. All right.
That's because she's no good anymore. She's all fucked up now.
Terribly upset she was, all packed and ready to go. Then he did the dirty. So what?
What does that mean?
I know, this whole time I was like,
he jerked off in her suitcase before she left? Like, what is that? Did the dirty?
Like, he didn't cheat. Who did he do it with? So anyway, she says that upset she was. She had to get out of the house to think things over and asked if I would look over Charlie. An hour later, the hospital phoned and said she'd been run over.
Oh, dude, was there a suicide? Was I right?
Listen.
Did she fucking try and kill herself?
Just hold on.
Holy shit.
Please hold on. Just hold it. Hold it.
I can
hold it.
barely
Okay.
hold this
I know.
together.
This is why, like, oh, by the way, everybody, this is just us this time, because this is an extreme part of the book. I'm really excited about it, and I wanted this to be really intimate between me and Christopher.
So you're gonna hear sex noises.
Well, hang on, because there's a ride first.
There'll be Abby sex noises though, so they may not sound like sex noises. They may sound like somebody struggling to pick something up.
Abby's first sight of her cousin lying in the narrow hospital bed brought a lump to her throat, pale as the gown covering her and bruised as a boxer who'd lost a 10-round fight. She was a travesty of the bright, beautiful girl seen yesterday at the office. Oh, Abby, Caroline said weakly, tears filling her eyes. I'm so glad to see you. I just pictured an anime porn for some reason.
Well, that makes one of us Abby. I'm kind of not really excited for you to be saying
Abby. Not half as glad as I am to see you. What did you do? Hit a bus? Seriously, Abby, like constantly with the rude ass comments. Like, seriously, think about what you just said. Yeah. I crossed the road without looking and stepped in front of a car. You're lucky you weren't seriously injured. Abby was aware of the triteness of her remark for the first time. That's not what it says, but that's what I'm thinking. But knew it was better than voicing her real fear, that Caroline had attempted to kill herself.
Oh,
there it is.
God.
Can you believe
I did not read this book beforehand. This is incredible.
I know. I couldn't believe you were right.
Joshry,
did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
They're
You're not even
listening.
listening. Oh my God.
F them. They're look, see, but this is why we don't include people.
Okay.
This is an intimate moment between us.
Works at the kitty cat club.
Caro
works in the kitty cat club. Caroline, and she has apparently a shitty house, a kid that she doesn't care about, a nanny that cares more about her than she cares about herself. Yeah. And a dude that was going to move in with her after a day and a half, but
suddenly
then he
dropped it.
Jerked off in her suitcase, and he was like, never mind. And she tries to leap herself in front of a fucking car.
As far as we know, that's the assumption that makes you the ass.
We don't need to assume anything.
That's the assumption that makes you the ass. Okay, but that's what Abby's thinking. So see, now you're on Abby's side.
No,
you're just thinking the same way.
I'm on Abby's side.
All right, so I
think it was Abby that should have jumped in front of the car.
Abby asks Caroline what went wrong between her and Kevin, and Caroline's like, I haven't got a clue. He just rang and said it was better if I didn't move in with him yet. He wouldn't say any more. And then, Abby starts going through all this stuff, like how it's Ross's fault and blah, blah, blah. And
that's the first thing I thought. It's Ross's fault.
Bitterness filled her.
Ooh.
That's not the only thing that filled her earlier. So, Caroline says, don't let what's occurred between Kevin and myself interfere with you and Ross. And Abby's like, how can it not? I couldn't have a future with a man who'd lie in order to get me into bed. Anyway, he's committed to Elise. They're getting married at the end of the year. Caroline's like, but... Abby's
Who's
like,
getting married to Elise?
Remember, Elise was like, Ross and I, he wanted to marry me, but I've put it off.
So now they're getting married?
Well, no, but that's just what Abby's saying. She's taken Elise's word, for truth.
Okay.
For truth. So, and that's what's happening. That's what she thinks is happening. She thinks that this was just an affair. And that he's really committed to Elise. Elise is making
she's cheating and he's cheating is what she thinks.
Yeah, she thinks. Yeah,
okay.
But she doesn't think she's cheating. She hasn't said anything like that once. So anyway,
about
Abby's,
Mr. Buchanan.
Yeah,
that dude's gonna grow up and be the fucking president or something. She messed up.
He is. She said he was really well off.
I think.
Abby's like, it's true. Abby cut in. So let's drop the subject. All right. She also called her parents to put him in the picture, and they immediately offered to collect Charlie and look after him. So Caroline's being taken care of. If anybody out there was worried about Caroline, she's fine. Mm-hmm. Abby also asks her dad about confronting Ross. And he's like, well, I don't understand. Can you fill me in? And she was like, well, he's basically done some treacherous things.
He fandoodled me, and now that I can't close this business deal, I need my dad to go save me because, you know, he's my dad.
She, at one point in the book, you remember, she like pushed off. She was like, I got this job myself.
Yeah,
but now she's like, Daddy.
All by myself. And
Daddy,
now,
please.
Can you help me again? I know that you gave me this job that I got by myself, but I need you to take care of this boyfriend who had sex with me, and now he won't return my phone calls.
So he basically says, you know, if you feel like that's right, go ahead. And she's like, thanks, Dad. You're an angel. And he's like, not for 20 years yet, I hope. Like, okay. Anyway, this could have been way sexier.
So how was she going to persuade her dad?
Started off with the dad in the very beginning of this book. I just felt like it was going to come around.
Abby keeps circling back around to maybe that's the two-time man this whole time. Abby's dad's cheating on her mom with Abby.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, her mom is around. Okay, hang tight. Okay, so relieved to have her father's approval, Abby drove back to the hospital to visit Caroline, and you know, she's thinking about what Ross's plans are for the weekend, unless it was Elise's turn for his affections. I like that idea, having turns.
Elise's turn.
Ooh.
Dang, so she's just like, I'll wait. It's cool.
No, she's not cool with it at all.
I
but she's like, it's more, her blood boiled at the very thought.
I think she might be saying that, but I think
Look, it's kinky to us, but it's not to her.
When she looks in the mirror after she's done taking a piss and she's still washing her hands, she's like, I'm cool with it. Wait, no, I'm not. I can't.
God damn it. Why do I keep coming back for more? So it came, so let's see. Her blood boiled at the very thought and was still bubbling when she walked down the hospital corridor and saw him sitting near her sister's office. Wait, near sister's office? Saw him sitting near sister's office. What?
Uh-oh.
I didn't even realize this. No, I didn't realize this when I first read it, but what does that mean? Sisters, is that like the nurses? Because this is vintage. This is vintage.
Wasn't it written in the 90s?
Yeah, but this is set in earlier than the 90s, I think. I think it should be set earlier in London in the 90s. Like, we're vintage ladies here. We have bushes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Get with it. Get with the program. It's natural. So he says, I came down with Kevin. He's here too. What a nerve. It's his behavior that's put Caroline in the hospital.
What a nerd.
What a nerve. She was so here's Ross's explanation. All right. Are you ready for the explanation?
Yes.
She was moving in with him. She was moving in with him today, as I'm sure you know. Implicit in Ross's tone was that Abby had not seen fit to mention it to him. And he says, but it wasn't until he told her the arrangement had to be put off that he learned her landlady had already let the rooms she'd been occupying. And so he spent the morning trying to find another place for her. Okay, sorry, I probably read that terribly. My apologies. But basically, Ross is saying that once he told Caroline it needed to be put off for whatever reason,
So Ross told Caroline it's got to be put off.
No, oh my God, sorry.
Okay, you're confusing me. The narrator.
We should not have taken 2 shots before this.
We're taking our third one right now.
No.
It's filled up. Let's go.
Remember we said we'd be in different patterns. I really can't. Tink, tink. I need water. Can anybody get me water? No one's listening. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, no. So let me back up. Ross is explaining to Abby. She was moving in with him today, as I'm sure you know. But it wasn't until he told her the arrangement had to be put off that he learned her landlady had already let the rooms that she'd been occupying. So he spent the morning trying to find another place for Caroline.
Right.
So Abby's
Kevin was
looking
for a place for Caroline, so we can't move in together because you got kicked out.
Yeah, and Abby's Ross is like
thank you.
Ross is like he didn't ditch her. The family had nothing to do with it, you know, and he's trying to tell Abby, sorry we couldn't meet last night, and Abby's like assuming he was with I was going to call her Louise. Elise. And so he's like, here's the thing. He says to Abby, he's like, I'm afraid I won't be able to see you for a while. And
Rossiter said that?
Yeah,
I told you
to
he's plotting
Abby.
his escape.
So she's like, anything I can publicize? And he's like, no, I want to keep it under wraps, but I'll see you again as soon as things are easier.
That's UW, under wraps. That's UW.
Dude.
Now, it doesn't mean utmost urgency. That means under wraps.
UW. So Abby's like, I would rather you didn't. I'd prefer to make a break permanent. It's not good to mix business with pleasure. It can get messy. Ooh, and he said, that wasn't the signal you gave me the other night.
Yeah, that was pretty messy there, Abby.
Yeah, but listen to this attitude. That was then and this is now. And I'm sure you see it my way too. And he's like, because I said I'd be tied up for some time. I'm not giving you the brush off, Abby. I really have. And she's like, cuts him off. Don't make excuses, Ross. It isn't necessary. Says she had a trill laugh, but I don't know how to do that.
That his thought whenever she did that was probably like, I wish there were stairs behind you.
And so anyway, they start fighting. You know that this is the regular. They start fighting and she's like, you were against Caroline from the beginning. Sorry for that crack. Hold on.
Nice. I think Abby has a really hard problem just staying in her fucking lane.
Right? So do I, though. So as angry breath hissed between Ross's teeth, you believe I said it as a sweetener to get you into bed? Do you think I'm so low or so desperate to get a woman? With a toss of her head, she swept past him and entered the amenity room where Caroline lay. Kevin was sitting by her bed and both looked flushed and emotional. He greeted her quietly.
Got her giving her a blowjob.
Yeah. Like,
it's from my OnlyFans video.
Just stay still. I was literally thinking about starting an OnlyFans today.
We're going to make so much.
Stay tuned. All right, so now I got to find my place again. He greeted her quietly and offered her his chair. There was no other in the room, and she refused it. So the doctor came in while you were away and said I can leave tomorrow after lunch, Caroline says. Great, Abby paused, and when Kevin remained silent, added brightly, I'll pick you up at 2. I already have your cases in my car. You're such a darling. I don't know how I'd cope without you. That's what families are for. Abby glanced at Kevin with such contempt that he turned brick red. So that was between Caroline and Abby. They're just like, because I feel like Abby is like faking it.
I think Abby's faking her entire existence.
Yeah.
Like she got a fake job from her fake dad and this fake boyfriend,
she's
Martin
like,
Buchanan.
I don't really want to spend time on you, Caroline, but you just keep getting into shit that I have to get you out of. This is insane.
Actually, she doesn't have to get her out of anything. If she just stay in her lane, none of this would have happened.
If Caroline had stayed in the lane, she wouldn't get hit by a car.
Caroline should have just called in at work.
Yeah,
then Abby never would have been there. Never would have met Rosser. Rosser wouldn't have had to cheat on whoever it is he's cheating on. She wouldn't have had to make up Martin Buchanan.
We can go back all day, but hang tight because there's
Abby could have thrown herself in front of the car.
There's more to come. Get it? So anyway, Kevin's and Ross, I guess, are both like, I'd best be pushing off. And anyway, as the door closed behind him, Abby swung round to her cousin. I'd heard of turning the other cheek, but how can you even bear to see him? Why didn't you throw him out? I love him. All right. So Abby's like, he certainly has problems, and with Big Sister and Ross on his back, he won't sort them out. Caroline's like, I don't agree with you. I'd rather we drop the subject. Anyway, so Abby's like trying to leave the hospital, right? And she doesn't want to see Ross, but she secretly does, and there's no sign of him. Anyway, she knows that he was booked to appear on a popular chat show next Friday evening, and she was supposed to accompany him to that studio.
Oh.
So she's got to prep for that. So keep in mind
the dating game. That's where you're supposed to go.
Keep in mind that this book has some length of time between their visits happening in this last few chapters. So she now is entering the TV for this thing he's booked for. So entering the TV company's hospitality room late that afternoon, Ross's eyes met hers with a directness that held no trace of embarrassment. How little their quarrel affected him. Anger leavened her nervousness and helped her regain her composure. Nice to see you, he said formally, holding out a chair. His face was devoid of expression, and she knew he was waiting for her to speak. Digging her hands into the pockets of her jacket, she leaned back in the chair. She was unaware of the delectably feminine picture she made. Her oval face rising from a swath of scarlet silk, a few tendrils of red gold hair curling against her ears.
Yeah, they were accented by her very wide-set eyes,
as
and
we
her
can't
pointy
forget.
nose, her fanged teeth, and her pointy chin.
And all the warts on her face. So anyway, there's a new guy involved. It's the host of the show. His name is Gary. Gary
the
Winton.
Host of the dating game?
Well, it's not a dating game. It's a talk show. Okay, so anyway, she talks with Gary a little bit. She's blah, blah, blahing. I don't even care. So there was an awkward silence, thankfully relieved by the appearance of the host, Gary Winton, and his other guests, 2 famous actor brothers appearing in a film together.
Oh, well, hold on. What?
Oh, I know. 2
Abby's really into this family thing, isn't she?
You know what it made me think about? Those real estate. What's the TV
those
show
weird
guys?
Property Brothers. Yeah.
And then if you put them in a porn,
those 2.
they're Brokeback Property.
Property Brothers.
Brokeback Property Brothers.
I don't know, man. Those 2 put off a weird vibe.
But maybe it's a weird vibe people like. We're all inclusive here.
There's a reason that sibling porn is popular right now.
What is up?
I'm just saying because these people are fucking each other and they think it's okay.
Everybody's
and
bored
I guess
at
whatever
home.
you want, I guess, but I'm not.
Everybody is bored and at home. That's the problem.
Whatever you want. I mean,
get out more. Go out to a bar and find a one-night stand. God damn it.
Just do. I mean, I don't care. I'm just gonna make fun of you. It's nothing personal.
Well, there was an awkward. Damn it. There was an awkward silence, thankfully relieved by the appearance. Okay, so here we are. After introducing everyone, drinks and snacks were offered, and Abby noticed that Ross declined any alcohol. Not for him an artificial confidence booster in a formal charcoal pinstripe suit and plain white shirt. He was in complete contrast to the casual appearance of his host and the movie stars. It set him apart, as did his air of command, which marked him out as a man used to power. And despite her antipathy towards him, she felt a surge of pride at the way that he outshone the younger 2 heartthrobs. They are. So that means they were sexy, but Ross was really putting it forward.
I think she maybe is putting in a lot of emphasis on this TV show, and it's maybe just like a little national, like a local little broadcast.
I don't know.
Just like, oh, there's movie stars and like Abby.
Yeah, we've had
y'all went
TV
into
stars.
a warehouse and pretty much recorded a hostage video, and you're really trying to dress the set.
Well, so Ross is the first one on that night. Abby goes to the hospitality room to watch what's going on, and no matter how much she's despising Ross, she's still in love with him. Ross's interview goes on as envisioned. It's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But unexpectedly, the conversation changed when Gary suddenly referred to Ross's private life and the women he'd been dating. Abby was flummoxed. I was like, what? And I still have yet to look it up.
I think that one might have been made up.
Flummoxed. I don't understand this. So that's what she was.
Well,
Josh is going to maybe ping in with a what the hell is a flummox? I flummoxed all over the place.
Oh shit, you're gonna make me flummox. Keep hitting it right there, you're gonna make me flummox.
I'm flummoxing.
I flummoxed all over your glasses.
Ooh. That was yesterday. This is now.
I need a towel. I've flummoxed all over the floor.
I've had a little flummox. So on the contrary, I believe in it implicitly. Oh, so this is where Gary asks Ross about
what the hell is it with that girl?
about his idea of marriage. Is he going to marry anybody? On the contrary, I believe in it implicitly. And when I do marry, it will be for life. That's why until the right woman says yes, I'll continue loving and leaving.
I'll continue fucking Enrico.
Why do I keep knocking that off? So anyway, he continues to ask more intrusive questions. Like, he just keeps nailing him.
Oh.
Yes.
Gary?
So, Gary
Ross
is nailing Ross on public talk show TV.
Oh, shit on TV.
So
they are recording a porno in the basement.
Well, so yes. Do you have it? Flummoxed. Tell me what it is.
Flummox. It's confuse. It was flummoxed by the legal jargon.
Oh, yeah, I've flummoxed my jargon, too.
It's literally just a word for confused. She was so confused. She was flummoxed. That's what I'm going to have to use now. It's a common
London word.
It is, right? Yeah, we have to remember that this is not our territory. So Ross comes banging in this room, and he's like, what a bitch you are.
Oh, damn. He came in with the B word.
Is this how you get your own... Oh, sorry. Is this how you got your own back? He flared. My own back? I don't follow. The note you wrote Gary Winton, telling him to ask me those questions. He came menacingly towards her, and she stepped back, frightened he was going to strike her.
Oh, shit. He's going to hit her?
I would.
You better be happy you didn't jump in front of that car, Abby. My fist cuff's coming right for you. Knock her teeth out.
All right, so another big fight.
Oh, man. Followed by some sexy eating.
I don't know.
Non-foreplay fucking.
Yeah, I don't know why they think this relationship's going to work out with all this fighting.
For the 90s, it's going to be perfect.
So Abby's like stood rooted to the floor, and last she understood the comment Gary had made earlier about getting more interesting interview. So earlier Gary had mentioned to Abby that he thought there'd be this should be interesting because Gary thought she wrote him a note. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. Gary thought Abby wrote him a note that said, ask Ross inappropriate,
How did he think that?
because he has a note.
Because she did it?
Because he has a
Okay,
note.
well, she did it then.
And okay, so anyway, Abby's wondering who disliked her so much to stoop so low. It could only be Elise. Of course, right? So Abby starts
his loving wife.
Abby starts spiraling into this conspiracy that it's Elise and she wrote the note, and she's like, "Oh, I remember the day that girl called the office to talk about the interview, but she thinks it was actually to steal a sheet of headed paper." So that's the deal. The paper was written on Abby's office whatever.
What a plan by Elise, just to get over a chick that she didn't even feel threatened by in the first place.
So some time has passed, and Abby decides to tell her parents and her cousin about the forged letter.
Oh.
So she's
my
like,
ex-boyfriend got a forged letter from my desk. He also took several checks and filled them out. And
sorry,
I don't know where
guys,
the money went.
we're in debt.
Like, that's a really
It was
nice
totally
coat
worth
you're
it.
wearing, Abby. That's a really nice car you're driving.
Yeah, it was so worth it. Oh my God.
I feel like maybe
His bulk filled me.
bulk filled me. Yeah.
Okay. So after considerable thought, she told her parents, and her mom's like, forget the whole thing. And, she's talking to Dad about what can I do about this? And he's like, because you're the one who handled it, it's up to you to finish it. So now Daddy doesn't want to help.
Yeah, you're the one that started tugging on it. Now you got to finish it off.
He literally says you were clever enough to persuade TV East Film to a fashion show in their Oxford Street branch, and the least you can do is be there to ensure it goes smoothly. So now she has to be at another event, and her dad's like, if you're worried you might see Ross, he won't be there. Henry Smallwood has agreed to represent the management. So Henry Smallwood's back in the picture. Ross just pushed it off.
I thought he got arrested when she got caught perched up on her fucking bedpost.
No, that was something you made up.
Oh, I thought that was part of the book.
So Abby's like back in the stores getting ready to wear something for this like fashion show, and she doesn't think Ross is going to be at that show. And so anyway, we've gone back around.
Be the star of the show, though,
She was thinking about Caroline because of the time that they went shopping to find problems with the stores, and she goes and talks to Caroline about everything. And Caroline says, Kevin says Ross is dating lots of different women. Her cousin had confounded her by saying, it seems to me he isn't as committed to marrying Elise as she'd like you to believe.
Maybe she's one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe she's into it. Maybe that's the reason Abby doesn't have a standing chance, because Elise is cool with him fucking all these irregular bitches.
Yeah. If it's agreed upon.
Maybe it's just his thing. He's like, look, I like people with weird features. Abby has really wide eyes.
Yeah, I was
this
into
girl
it
is
for a
buck
night.
Tooth.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm into.
Do you like my crooked one?
I fucking love you too.
I love you. So anyway, Abby is struggling. Some time has passed.
Yeah, I would say so.
Some time has passed, and because she had been sleeping badly for weeks, she was unusually pale. And to bring
unusually pale. Like, it's not just the normal kind of pale.
Unusual weird.
She's really unusually
yeah,
pale.
well, listen to this description. And to bring life to her skin, she was heavy with her foundation and blusher. Happily, her hair had not lost its natural sheen and bounce and required little attention, allowing a few red gold fronds to curl on her temples. She swept the rest away from her face, which drew attention to the slender curve of her neck and the charmingly tilted nose.
The charmingly tilted nose, her slender neck, and her overly oval face. Was that earlier in the description? And then her wide-set eyes.
Wide-set eyes,
her
oval
big
face. Ears. Irregular features that made her so beautiful.
Yeah, she has one dimple.
So
then her hairline is like the middle of her head too, right?
Yeah. So Henry Smallwood's back in the picture. Oh, Miss Stewart, lovely to see you again. Still keeping up the good work, eh? I guess we're also Canadian. So she's like, yeah, I'm on top of it, baby. And he's like, I'm so glad. I'd like to have a little talk with you when you can get away. Perhaps we can meet in Mr. Newman's office. And she's like, give me 30 minutes.
Uh-oh. What do you need 30 minutes for?
Yeah, like
I gotta go take a shit.
That's literally the only thing. I want to look on TikTok. That's the only thing that catches me.
I'm sorry, I have to go to use the bathroom.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there was no sign of him in the manager's office, nor of any workmen either. They had probably gone to lunch. She decided after consulting her watch and seeing it was 12:30.
Hello, watch. Can you tell me what to do here?
Nowadays, not then. Paint, rolls of paper, and other building material lay about the room, and the nearest thing to seating was a ladder. Bored, she perched on a lower rung and stared out the dusty window at the teeming crowds below in Oxford Street. How long should she wait for Mr. Smallwood, she wondered, when 10 minutes had elapsed, and had risen to go in search of him when the door behind her opened.
And Mr. Bigwood walked through the door.
A scruffy-dressed man.
Elise is there to take vengeance and push her out a window.
A scruffy-dressed man in his 40s, with an unshaven face and lank fair hair, entered the room and locked the door behind him. "What are you doing?" Abby demanded, half rising. "Sit down and be quiet," he ordered.
Martin Buchanan.
Abby's heart drummed a tattoo, and she looked widely at the telephone lying on the floor within arm's reach, but he caught her glance. "Don't try anything foolish," he warned, his voice rough but not uneducated, "or I'll explode this. Or I'll explode this."
Oh, he's pointing a stick at her.
With a gasp of horror, she saw he was holding a hand grenade.
Oh my God.
And though she wasn't certain if it was real, she knew it would be stupid to assume it wasn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not fucking kidding.
No, let me see. This is really saying
I'm serious. I put what the fuck.
He walked into a room with a hand grenade. He's like, "Abby, I've been waiting for you."
This is a random man.
No, it's not. This is Martin. He's sick of
No,
shit.
it's
And he's like,
not.
"We're both going together, Abby. I'm going to blow us out here. You're going to fly out of that fucking window."
So this guy, this random guy, okay, he's like, "You weren't supposed to be here. It was the old guy I wanted."
Oh, I was here to assassinate Mr. Smallwood.
How did he know Smallwood would be in this random room with paint rolls?
Why are you trying to kill this little furniture store owner?
And she's like, "I'm just a customer who wandered in here by mistake."
He's like, "Well, that was a bad time."
There are so many porn
wait.
opportunities in here. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
we should recreate this.
How come it is on your knees and you're tugging at my zipper, lady?
What if we recreate every book in porn series?
I think we could do on our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
This
dude,
would
look.
be so fun.
We got a spin-off series with some sex in it. We're going to make so much money.
Hold me hostage.
Oh, I'm going to choke you.
Okay. So he's like, "Shut your lying mouth."
Oh, shit. Put this grenade in your mouth.
Oh my God. I was at first
I'm
just
going to
going
pull
to
the
go
safety pin and just set this in your mouth. And you just hold it right there, Abby.
set this bitch on fire.
Don't you open that fucking mouth of yours, Abby.
I've watched Cooper's headquarters for months.
Oh, shit. I've been
Dude, this
stalking you
dude
out.
is serious, okay? And anyway, she's trying to like reason with him, trying to not get exploded.
Please don't blow me up with a hand
And she's like,
grenade.
"I understand." And he's like, hell you do. Now pick up the phone and call Hunt.
Hunt.
All right, say Eric Ramsey's holding you hostage and what my terms are for releasing you. With shaking hands, Abby dialed Ross's private office line, offering a silent prayer of thanks when he answered it. Heaven knew what Ramsey would have done had there been no reply. "Hello, Ross," she stammered. "It's Abby."
Click.
Well, he goes, "What do you want?" And she's like, "I'm being held hostage by a Mr. Eric Ramsey in the manager's office of your Oxford Street store." "You're what?" You're like, seriously?
Abby,
What is
Abby,
this bullshit you have brought to the fucking
How do I have fucking time for this?
That's how I
I've got
feel.
Elise hollering at me. The kids are running crazy. I got a job to do and you're here fucking with me.
Oh.
You're an ex, Abby.
Now, just recent.
You
It
need to-
burns.
you
It hurts.
need
She
to-
still can call for help. I
No,
swear to God.
Abby, you need to go. Oh, we break up. You're gonna come call for
I
help?
look, I am gonna be honest. There was a time where we had just broken up, me and a guy, and I did need somebody to come pick me up from my friends being pieces of shit, and he did, and he was decent. That was like the one credit I'll give him.
Well, good.
If you are listening, you know who you are. So, the silence this time was longer. "Are you sure it's real?" came the quiet question.
Are you sure your hostage situation is real? She didn't say grenade. She just said there's a guy threatening me. He's, are you sure it's real, Abby?
Yeah.
He immediately smelled it.
So, anyway, let's see. She tells Ross, "No, I'm fine, just fine." He's like, "Good, now listen carefully. I've notified the police and everyone else in the store, but make him believe I'll do exactly as he's asked, but that I don't have such a large sum of money available and have to collect it from the bank." So he's buying time. Is basic.
Ross, he has you on speakerphone. You just told him your
Shit.
entire plan. I don't think you thought this through.
Boom.
I think, yeah, he let go of the. Oh my God, I got 5 seconds.
All right. So anyway, Eric Ramsey, our new star of the show,
protagonist, our new hero.
I locked the doors on the other side of the corridor too, he said, intercepting her glance. So don't look for any rescue attempt. And if they try, he shook his fist with the grenade clutched in it. Where's the damn money? What are they doing? Printing it?
Oh no, they had to sell more furniture. You're robbing a weird store here for a lot of money. We don't have a lot.
This is an empty building, sir. We're not concerned. We have
you looked around? There's a ladder in here. There's not even any furniture.
I'm just gonna climb down in this little area over here. Thanks, bye. So Eric Ramsey, Ross's voice boomed through a loudspeaker, and recognizing it, Abby almost cried. Abby almost cried with relief. Eric Ramsey, he repeated, I am Rossiter Hunt. And I
am Rossiter Hunt.
And I have just handed 200,000 pounds to your wife. She's here and wants to speak with you. So anyway, the whole deal is he wanted his wife to be given the money and flown to the Bahamas or something to wait for him. And that was his expectations. And so, he's trying to go off on these people. He doesn't think it's legit. He's a crazy person. He's lost his mind.
200,000 pounds?
Yeah.
How long is this dude trying to get away from?
At least his wife, he's going to jail.
This shit ain't going to last very long. You can't even buy a house 200,000 pounds. Are you shitting me?
His ranting was cut short by a high-powered jet of water whooshing through the window and knocking him onto the floor, while simultaneously the door crashed open and 2 burly policemen catapulted into the room and overpowered him. But it was the sight of Ross, tie askew, face gray with anxiety, that brought home to Abby the danger she had been in. Her relief was so great that she had begun trembling, agitated movements that shook her entire body. The room receded, growing darker and smaller. Ross, she cried, then knew no more. That was the stupidest ending of that one. Then knew no more. She knew no more.
She knew no more.
She knew no more because she passed out. Just say she passed out.
Oh, she passed out.
She hit the
came
floor.
And fell asleep. I was held hostage. Hold on, let me tell you about my day.
Hold on.
I went to the furniture store. I asked if there's anything I could do. They said, go upstairs and wait for Mr. Smallwood. I went upstairs. This crazy bastard come in with a fucking hand grenade, and he says, I'm going to blow you to pieces unless I get 200,000 pounds, which is probably nothing.
Bitch, give me that money.
And I have no escape plan.
And this shot.
None. No escape plan whatsoever. So
how do you feel about this? Did you expect anything this extreme? Like, I knew you expected the suicide.
I expected this to be a shitty
Cheers.
book. So it worked really well. But I knew no more, huh?
She knew no more.
Man.
Oh my gosh. Whoopsies. All right.
Abby, I know I'm making a lot of jokes about her getting hurt. But
are you glad she's okay?
Really kind of hoping she gets hurt.
I was like, are you glad she's okay?
No, I'm not.
Abby, darling, you're safe. It's all over. Her father's voice came to her.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So the end of the story is not Ross. She said she saw Ross's silhouette gazing the windows, cape flowing, but then the light shone and it was her greasy old dad, this big old dick just ready for her.
Ooh. And her lids fluttered open to see him crouched down next to her. I know. I don't understand the verbiage.
I thought that was a hat.
Lids.
Hold on. Let me put my lids on you.
I opened my lids. Stupid. All right. So, broader figure, equal concern in the gray eyes set beneath well-shaped chestnut eyebrows. So, see, Ross is well-shaped. Abby is abnormal. Abby normal. Daddy, Ross? She whispered.
Daddy Ross? Ross? Daddy?
That's what I'm going to start calling you. I'm going to call you Daddy Ross.
I understand what's that. Some Eiffel Tower action. Abby's getting ready to get
Not by
fucked.
the dad, though.
I don't know, man.
All right.
I think Abby's kind of a weirdo.
Well, of course. So Abby's worried about what happens to Eric Ramsey. Like,
oh yeah, what happened to that
yeah,
guy?
is he okay?
Great guy. Little eccentric when he got to partying. Little too much cocaine. He ran around with that fake hand grenade, started threatening motherfuckers all the time. You remember?
If only.
Said
Look,
he needed 200,000 pounds for his wife who didn't exist.
There is a small line, I think, for me that needs to be broken by something, and I could be an Eric Ramsey. So the police have taken him away. Oh. Sounds like a vacation to me.
And then all of a sudden, an explosion.
God.
Eric Ramsey came in the cop car.
He's not wicked, Ross. He had a breakdown and he lost his job and couldn't cope. I'm sure he wouldn't have pulled the pin on the grenade.
He said all that?
No, Abby said that.
Yeah, but how does she know?
You don't hear my tone?
But how does she know that?
She's making excuses, all right? And he's like, I wouldn't Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I had a burp.
Oh. Hell yeah. Good push. Good push.
I didn't have to. It's just natural. Comes natural.
Oh.
All right. So I wouldn't bet my last $5 on it came the dry response.
That's the $5 he threw at her at the beginning of the book. That was his last one.
Yeah. So he was like, I was worried about you. And he's like, her father comes back in with Henry.
He was like, I was really worried about the painting on the wall. It's going to get damaged.
The one they were looking at earlier in the book.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that you're okay. And she's like, oh, I'm right here, Ross. He's like,
insurance can't cover
Abby,
the love I
forgot
have.
you were here.
I'm just really into this.
Thanks for
painting.
calling me so I can save this picture of a cat on the wall.
Anyway, so they're trying to console her, but they're telling her that there are TV crews here trying to talk to her.
Oh, all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess
think Abby is
24
living in a
hours.
fucking fantasy world. And
She thinks she's important.
She's laying down on her bed right now, jerking
so
herself off,
important.
thinking about this entire
Well,
thing.
listen, I wake up every morning and touch it.
No. I get that. But what I'm saying is, like, none of this book really happened to Abby.
Well, so they insist that she needs to probably talk to the press or they're going to keep bugging her. And
yeah,
she's
of
like,
course.
I'm more shaken than I thought. She lied. I'll be okay in a minute. How do I look? Do you want to know? Do you ready?
Yeah. Are we ready? Ross looks
says-
at her. Hell yeah.
Pale and very interesting.
Fuck yeah, Abby. You're so...
I knew you'd love this part. That's like
I saved you, but I just wanted to let you know that you are the fucking ugliest person
I
I might
had
have ever
this
seen.
weird
I couldn't let
face.
them kill you. You want to know why? Because, Abby, when I see you every fucking day of my life, it just makes my day better to get to rip into you.
like I wish. Like let's make
It's
a bad
horrible.
face. That's our Abby
that's
face.
the Abby face. Ugh.
All right, we took a picture. It'll be on our social media. Find me at Rachel Priest or Gypsy Danger 317.
At OnlyFans.
Not yet. Hang tight. We got to get a fan base going. If you want to be my fan, join me. All right. So she's trying to explain, or her mom's trying to explain to her that it's a reaction from shock. She's back home. She tries to give her some hot chocolate. Get this inside you and have another sleep.
Get this inside some hot
I wish you would
chocolate.
tell me that at night. Get this inside you and have another sleep. Yes, thank you. Please, Daddy.
Yeah, well, I don't like the sleeping part. I usually go for
I do,
seconds.
but
For
you take
thirds
such
of the
good
hot
care
chocolate.
of me.
I really like hot chocolate.
I do. I really have been wanting some. It's wintertime. I really do. Can we please have some hot chocolate later? 6 o'clock came and went without any sign of Caroline, and she was still not home when they went to dinner. So here we are. They are supposed to be getting with Caroline because she's back with Kevin.
Oh, finally. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Well, that's good. You know what? This is the relationship I've been hoping for. This whole book is
And-
Kevin and Caroline to work this out. I think Kevin might be the smartest person in this
He's
whole
the
book.
best.
He's
All
got
right.
some ass. He backed out as maybe like before her
He's a
birthday.
doll.
And then he was like kind of
He's-
poking back.
He's just a sweetheart that wants to take care of Caroline. Anyway, but this is weird because Caroline hasn't been seen. And
Well, she's the hot one, right?
Well, yeah, so they say. She's
Abby's
a kitty
the-
at the kitty club.
Abby's the ugly friend.
Yeah,
All right.
cousin.
Yeah, whatever.
Caroline comes bolting through their door.
Mhm.
Now, again, remember, time keeps going by things. Abby's kind of recovered. Caroline's bursting through the door.
She has a hand grenade.
I'm a widow,
Oh, fuck.
she cried. Jeffrey
Kevin blew himself up.
Jeffrey was killed.
Who the hell's Jeffrey?
Caroline's ex-estranged husband that was watching them, remember?
No.
Okay, so Jeffrey was her ex-husband that left her with the kid, and that's why she was working at the kitty club. I was going to say country club. Kitty cat club.
Yeah. Okay,
Same
I
thing.
didn't know that part, but okay.
You
cool.
did, you do. It's
Oh, I
just been
did.
a minute. We've had a lot of other things happen between now and then.
So he's dead then, huh?
Okay,
How'd it happen?
in a motor accident.
Perfect.
Everyone stared at her, too shocked to speak. He was drunk, she went on, her voice
Oh, of
shrill with
course.
distress. Who told you? Abby questioned. His sister. Apparently, he crashed into a wall in the early hours of this morning. Come and sit down. I'll get you a drink, Mr. Stewart intervened. Whiskey or brandy? Like, she just
Oh, yeah.
explained that he died from drunk driving, and
But
he is
why
offering
she
her
so says an
alcohol.
ex-husband?
Well,
Hold
just
on.
it's
How many?
distressing.
We should put a poll up on our social media. How many people would be upset if their exes got fucking killed in a car accident?
I've cried over 2 of them.
Okay. Well, that's
It just
great.
was
But
an
how-
emotional.
you're
If
one
you've entered
person.
my
I wanna
vagina,
know-
we had a connection.
I guess, dude, you got a physical connection,
right? But it's still somebody you experience something with, and you feel bad.
Josh, do you feel bad for any of your exes? Bad shit happened to them?
If they died in a car crash?
What if they died in a car accident? Would you feel bad, or would you be like, I don't?
He's
really
saying
care.
no, but listen, I've had two.
So. I wouldn't even fucking know, right?
I'm gonna be honest, and this may not get into the last thing, but I'm gonna do some outreach. I have had 2 exes commit suicide.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I have cried each time, and they were not anybody that even did me right, but it hurts. So she's feeling that, okay? Like, I feel with Caroline. I do. And I appreciate that you care enough to let me care, so thank you. So anyway, Caroline is distraught. Abby wants to help her, come out of this. She's telling her it's only natural to feel this bad because she thought she wouldn't feel bad because of how bad Jeffrey was being. Now, if you can remember, Jeffrey was like threatening her or other people, because he was watching her earlier. So Abby is saying to Caroline that she's a sucker for holy shit. Abby is saying to Caroline that she is a sucker for punishment because she wants to get right back with Kevin, that he's offered to let her move in immediately. Then we get to this point. I'm just going to skip ahead. With demonic energy, she flung herself into a new campaign for one of their clients. And though she was soon her normal self outwardly, the effort to appear carefree took its toll of her, and she grew physically thinner and brittle in manner. We are talking about Abby. Abby is doing even worse now. Okay, time has gone by. So Caroline
I think Abby may have a drug problem. She's not telling me.
Caroline has been hit by a car.
And is doing better than
Jeffrey has been dead in a car. Ross and Abby are on the outs. Abby is growing thinner and weaker as we go. Okay, we're nearing the end of the book. This is like, I want to cry for real. Like, now I'm feeling a little emotional. You might need to pour another shot. So, hard work and hard play, she joked. I have a new boyfriend.
Oh.
Several, I believe. Unusual for you, isn't it? Caroline says to Abby. I'm changing my image or trying to forget Ross.
Yeah, we'd love for you to change your fucking image, Abby. You're uglier than sin.
So anyway, Caroline's like, I'm moving in with Kevin on Saturday and we're having a dinner tonight with Ross to talk about our wedding.
Oh, whose wedding?
Caroline and Kevin.
Oh, they're getting married.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping ahead. Y'all got to know, following along with me, I'm going to skip ahead. I've got to. Okay, so they're talking to Ross over dinner. He's offered us his apartment for the reception. You guys, we are at a reception for a wedding. No one's committed suicide yet, but everybody's been hit by cars.
No. We have had an attempted.
Well, look, she
die.
said she didn't. She said she was walking
and we still
out
don't
to
know
think
that.
about it.
What's his name? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's dead.
We still don't know that wasn't a suicide. Maybe he was like, I got to know
so
Abby
depressed.
a little bit too much, and
I don't want to know this world anymore.
I'm going to run into a wall.
Abby's so irregular. All right. So, I think that Abby's dad is supposed to give away Caroline. But the last time Caroline got married was at Abby's dad's house. And he's like, why aren't you doing it at the house? And she was like, well, the last time I got married at your house was with Jeffrey. I feel like it's bad luck.
And then he fucking killed himself.
Yeah. So chuckling. Okay. So I was when I married Jeffrey, and I'm superstitious about repeating it. You won't mind, will you? Of course not. I'm happy to give you away any place, anytime. Chuckling at his joke, he left the 2 girls together. So even Caroline's like, we're going to toss you to the wolves. We don't even care. You've been hit by a bus. Get lost. So both Caroline and Abby, I feel like, are in the same boat at this position. Let's get them out of this house. So her cousin talked endlessly of Ross, who appeared to be organizing the wedding with the same attention to detail he gave the opening of a new store. So we have a new character enter in. All right, are you ready for a new character?
His one was there's 4 pages left. We got a new character.
I know. We just had Eric Ramsey almost kill everybody, and now we have another character I'm so excited to tell you about, Andy Preston.
Andy
Preston is Abby's, sorry, I had to slow down. There's so many people. Abby's new boyfriend. Oh. This much time. I know. Josh is like, what?
It's time.
Abby's new boyfriend. Okay. He was the antithesis of Ross. Antithesis? Sorry. Excuse me for everybody
sloppy.
How stupid I am. Which was probably the reason she began seeing him. Let's see. I'm going to explain him to you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
A doctor in a successful group practice in Islington. He was average in height with craggy features, fair hair, and a placid, easygoing temperament.
Perfect for her. This is all they're made for each other.
What is craggy hair? I'm like, y'all, I'm crying. Okay, I gotta like get rid of these tears to be able to see.
They're perfect for each other.
Hold on.
Ross goes over there, makes fun of both of them. Leaves, makes out with the leaves, gets a blowjob in the car. Happy ending.
Oh my God, I want to do that to you when we leave.
Oh, well, cool.
All right.
I guess I'm driving then.
All in all, they had everything going for them, as her friends and family pointed out, except for one thing. Abby knew she did not love him.
But was pregnant.
Every time he kissed her, she yearned for Ross's mouth. Every time he held her, she ached for Ross's arms. And the idea of making intimate love with any man other than Ross was a complete non-starter.
So she wouldn't give up that pussy. She gave up the butt.
Finally, she bidded Andy. I was going to call him Anthony. He's so forgettable. Finally, she bid Andy goodbye.
Goodbye, Andy.
He wanted more for her, so I think he wanted like a serious relationship that was going to go ahead and go further. Anyway, there's a whole conversation about him being like, I'll wait for you, Abby. Because he's irregular, she's irregular. It's a perfect combination.
So I think if he just holds off maybe like 6 months, he'll probably land his jackpot.
So you guys, if anybody wants to search the book aisles for Two-Timing Man by Roberta Leigh, we are on chapter 16. It's the end. If you don't want to know it, stop now. But if you want to come to climax, continue listening.
Because you will come to climax.
You look absolutely stunning, Abby told Caroline, with something approaching relief as her cousin emerged from one of Chanel's fitting rooms. For the past 2 days, they had been scored by They had scored Knightsbridge and Bond Street for an outfit for her to wear at her wedding and had finally found one. We're lunching at Claridge's, Caroline said. Claridge's. I don't know. Somebody.
What kind of food is Claridge's?
I do feel like I want to start looking these places up in London just to see like what they're like. Can we visit them? Maybe we should take a trip to London and visit all these sexy spots.
What
Claridge's,
sexy
Chanel's.
spots? London?
I can't afford Chanel. We're drinking cheap tequila.
Don't you have to eat food in newspapers in London?
Look, fish and chips, please take me somewhere. Anyway. They're searching for the outfit. They found it. She's like realizing that Caroline is realizing. Did you find something, Josh? Are you going to be able to pop in and tell us?
Yes. So Claridge's looks like there's a booking on Expedia.
Oh my God, we can go visit it.
4.1 stars.
Yeah.
96,737 ratings.
Oh.
I can't believe it still exists. This is so exciting.
Went out of business in 1942.
No, it still exists. This is exciting. This is cool. So everybody who listens,
Maybe Roberta Leigh owns it, and this is like a big marketing ploy to get people over there.
No, this is kind of cool though. Now I feel like I should visit London and visit some of these places. Maybe we can make them super sexy.
Well, hey, maybe we can get somebody to sponsor a trip.
Looking for sponsors to sponsor a sexy trip.
Well, since there's like 96,000 people, I think I just looked at the counter. 96,000 people listening to this right now. For everybody $1, I just nail this out.
We're rich. All right, no, seriously
We
though,
would really
I
like
will
to never have to work again.
I will absolutely do an OnlyFans in London if somebody sponsored that trip. I'm not gonna hesitate. I don't even care. No filter. Thank you. All right, here we go.
She's willing to do bad stuff
For the right amount of money, baby. For the right amount of money. So they're going back and forth. Abby, Caroline. Caroline's about to get married. Abby is not. And she's like, so what if he's dating Elise again? She's like part of his family. Anyway, he's seeing other girls too. And Caroline says, particularly a luscious French actress. So now Ross is like,
being the manager of a furniture store is really paying off for this guy.
Back in the 90s, that was pimp moves to own any kind. It's not a furniture store. The people are the furniture. The clothes are on the racks. So one doesn't require a man to be fulfilled. Oh. And Caroline says to Abby, you do.
Oh.
Yeah, because I do. To be, I could take a woman. To be fulfilled, I'll take either. Yeah.
I've seen it.
I
I've
miss
experienced it.
All right. So, and I can't wait to have more people like friends on our podcast and talk about stuff and get
So if
sexy
y'all are
with.
interested in fucking,
Yeah, we might have some 3-ways, some 4-ways, some 5-ways, whatever you want to call them, happening.
Baker's dozens.
Josh
whatever.
is a bit of a voyeur today. We like it though. We like it. All right. So, but the next morning, Ross was brought vividly to mind when she received a telephone call from Eric Ramsey's wife.
Oh, fuck.
Eric Ramsey's wife has phoned Abby to say, I'm so sorry for what happened. I understand he's crazy, but he's going through some programs, blah, blah, blah.
he's in an Exploders Anonymous class. He's just going to go
EA Sports.
He's going to go and take care of himself a little bit.
So
He's not in trouble because he's rich and white.
So as the day of Caroline's wedding dawned, Abby was a bundle of nerves. With no chance of getting out of it, she had determined to look as stunning as possible, and her jade green silk suit hugged her body like a second skin, turning her eyes into glittering
looks like somebody
emeralds
out of Mortal Kombat.
and enhancing the red gold of her artlessly tousled hair. Ross once artlessly?
Like she didn't put any effort in
Less
this shit.
art
It just
than
looks
what?
like it's fucking folded over.
Artlessly. I don't understand.
It looks like, would you judge this art? I can't. It's artless.
Am I a basic bitch if I don't understand these terms?
I think you're yeah.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Oh,
I think Abby's
basic.
she's not basic. She's like
she's pompous.
something.
She's ugly pompous.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't have the rights.
Did you wave something? Tell me something, Josh.
So as far as artlessly goes, it's without effort or pretentiousness.
See?
Abby's fucking lazy, dude.
No, but it's pretentious.
She's
She's
the worst.
pretentious.
She's
right?
like, I'm
Is that
allowed
what
to
it
look like
means?
shit and be like this all I want because my
Without
daddy gave me a job at a
Without
Walmart.
pretentiousness. Fuck her. She was pretentious this
She's-
whole
I
time.
hate
I
her.
don't believe her.
Without
hate it.
skill or finesse.
Well, see, she
Yeah,
has no
makes
skill.
sense. Haha, that's why your dad had to pay
You're
for your job.
skillless.
You suck, dude.
All right, the marriage was being performed at Marylebone Register Office.
Sounds
if anybody,
like a dog biscuit
I
stand.
know, why would you go here? And like with all this money, why are you getting married at a register office? Kevin has money. He's a manager at this big store.
No. Kevin said he had
No,
money.
he did. Ross's sister. No, Kevin's sister. Wait.
Oh, somebody else would be interested in making something
Elise said Kevin has money
that doesn't mean that he has money.
because Ross has money. Fucking A.
I think these people are just highly in debt and maybe faking it.
All right.
Let's go see them after the 208 fucking housing crash. Let's find out.
Unobtrusively, Abby searched for Ross. So she's still, yearning for this guy. Spotting his tall, commanding...
He's the only one that would fuck her. Nobody else, everybody else would be like, I'm not touching that ugly
Martin Buchanan had nothing to do with
Martin
the
Buchanan
after
got
hours.
the hell out. He's like, I'm engaged to who? I have business in fucking Korea. I'll
Peace
see
out.
you motherfuckers in 2022.
Boy.
I'm out.
Spotting his tall, commanding figure at the back where he stood with Elise
Oh, hell yeah.
and an older
He's got
woman.
his finger in her from the backside. He didn't even
Ooh.
realize.
I wish you would.
I've done it.
I wore a skirt.
I'm pretty sure we fucked before we came up here.
Commanding figure at the back where he stood with Elise and an older woman who, from the uncanny resemblance,
was Elise's mom.
Yes!
Fuck yeah, dude. Ross
Yes!
is the fucking shit, dude.
Their eyes met
Elise
briefly.
and Elise Senior. I'm fucking both of them.
Briefly, he nodded to her.
Four
to Abby.
titties, Abby. 4 titties,
Then
Abby.
turned back to Elise, a glowing picture in red. Once again, if anybody recalls, Ross bought her a red dress before, and here we back are in another red dress, which Abby's assuming Ross bought for her. So Abby has her mother there, of course, because it's the wedding of her cousin, and her mother and her father are very involved in Caroline's life. And so her mother says to Abby, so that's the competition.
Oh.
Abby says, competition? What are you talking about? Who?
Well,
my
that really pretty girl over there, it looks like maybe she's going to outclass you, Abby, in just about every aspect of your
Abby's
flipping
mother
life.
is a bitch.
I know,
She's
Abby's
like,
mother's mad, but you just don't. Oh, hell, I want to hear this.
who, my dear? Not what? The pretty brunette beside Rossiter Hunt. Like, fucking wow, Mom. Thanks a lot.
That is one lucky Rossiter Hunt. That's
I
what her
wish I
mom-
could get on that.
That's what her mom said
It's
too.
about to
That's
be
just
a
brutal,
group
dude.
way. Fine. No need to ask us how you are. You look wonderful. Why, thank you. I feel wonderful. How's business? Excellent. Blah, blah, blah. This is so boring. Caroline, radiant in sugared almond pink, stepped on the stone steps to give them both a hug. Kevin's inside, I take it.
Oh,
yeah, he is.
That's weird.
I'd hate to be left in the lurch. So anyway, they tell her, yes, Kevin's inside. Get the fuck on in your wedding, okay?
We're busy.
Anyway, so
We're looking at roster's fucking hot ass girl. Dude.
Get this. What Caroline has her kid calling the man she's about to marry.
Dad.
So Ross says to her kid, Charlie, hello, young man. Have you come to give your mother away? Uncle Kev.
Oh, that knew it, dude.
The little boy answered, like, gross. You're marrying Uncle Kev. Like, this is getting so much into this porn genre that's going on right now.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, we didn't mention this earlier in the book, but Kevin's my brother.
so gross.
In London, that's okay.
Anyway, and Charlie, the little boy's like, behold, he ordered, his lower lip trembling, and Abby gathered him close before he burst into tears. How maternally...
Don't touch me, you ugly bitch.
No, Charlie wants Abby to hold him. And here this happens. How maternal you look, Elise said to her, rejoining Ross and linking her arm through his. Like, excuse me, yes, bitch, I'm a mom. I fucked enough to make a baby, bitch. So anyway, fuck off, Elise. Gratified by his response, because Ross says, if he does, I'm sure his mother and Kevin won't mind. Anyway, I don't know, blah, 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 whatever. This is all bullshit. I'm going to skip ahead. Yet her love for him had blossomed and refused to wilt, no matter how cold the frost of disillusion. So Abby is still yearning for Ross.
She's still horny.
Yeah, so Abby's trying to get away from this crowd, right? She's like, really?
Pussy is cramping up.
Do you remember when
I need to get plowed?
Yes. Do you remember when I begged you to marry me?
Yeah.
And like, because we were at someone else's wedding.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to plow me that night so hard.
You said, I'll give you my butt if you ask me to marry you.
And you did, and I did.
Took that ass.
Yeah. So anyway, she's needing to get some space to think because Ross is not there with her and someone else is getting married. So like, yeah, I would be fucked up if I wasn't with you at a wedding. So she tries to go shove off to the study and be alone. It was octagonal in shape. And
Shit. Dana White's coming out with the belt. Look at Abby's finally getting that ass
Show
moving.
me some Bruce Buffer, baby.
Oh.
It was octagonal.
Elevator list Bruce Buffer.
Bruce, if you're out there, I love you. It was octagonal in shape and dark green and gold in color. Fucking gorgeous combination I have to pitch in. With an exquisite Regency sofa table and deep, comfortable chairs upholstered in ruby red velvet. Like, I am fucking wet. With a sigh, she collapsed into one of them. Tired or antisocial?
Said Martin Buchanan as he walked in. Dick in hand.
A feminine voice questioned.
Uh-oh.
And Abby swung round to see Elise watching her.
Oh, shit.
Was the girl following her to make sure she didn't speak to Ross alone, or was it coincidence?
Nope, neither. It's time. It's scissoring time, Abby.
Yes, please.
It's time to experience pitching for the other team.
Girl
Abby.
party.
Yeah, it's time to pillow fight and tickle each
Drunk
other.
with my friends. So what a charming expression because, okay, so Abby just says to Elise is talking her up. And she explains she's tired and Caroline were up until all hours of the night and it's catching up on me. And Elise says she's bubbling like champagne. And Abby's like, sorry. Abby's like, I think you got me drunk.
Yeah. We have more to take here.
Okay. Hold on. Let me slow down.
I'm hungry.
I'm getting excited. See, I'm hungry and excited both at the same time. I get hungry and horny. It's the two H's.
That's
it's
weird.
Every fucking time I want to eat. Oh, it's because we watched that
I think
Popeyes porn.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Did
that girl
anybody
got
else watch
fucked
the
by that chicken
Popeyes porn?
sandwich. That was
Watch it.
dope, dude. She's like, this is the last Popeyes chicken
And
sandwich.
I got this
that dude's
big
like,
juicy booty.
I'm gonna eat it. And then he fucked her silly. And
You better get me fucking Whataburger after this. Oh man. All right.
It's like Chick-fil-A and a blowjob.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Tired or antisocial, a feminine voice question. And Elise is in there with Abby, and Abby and them are talking, and they're talking about Caroline, and they're saying she's bubbling like champagne, and Abby says, it must be the effervescence of love. And Elise says, what a charming expression.
Yeah, Abby, that's so charming.
Listen, we all know we're fake ass bitches with each other. I'm going to take a shot to that. We're all fake ass bitches with each other. I still appreciate you all. Cheers, Josh. We're all fake ass bitches.
Yes.
Crawfish and heroin.
Elise sank into an easy chair opposite her. I'm getting married myself, you know.
Elise, yeah, she is.
Abby felt as if the air had been squeezed from her lungs. Congratulations, she managed to say. Does that mean you're leaving Cooper's? Or have you persuaded Ross to let you stay on? Oh, no, I'm not giving it up. We'll be living in Paris. Paris, mingled with Abby's amazement, was a sense of reprieve. At least she wouldn't be afraid of bumping into them when she visited Caroline.
And Abby, you're going to be moving with us as our homekeeper because we're going to make an offer you can't refuse.
I want to see you bend over in that dress, baby.
Yeah, I want you to watch me and Ross fuck with those weird-ass eyes.
This is the worst night for you to be talking so sexy. Neither. Oh, is Ross selling out or letting someone else become managing director? Neither. He's staying put. Elise smoothed her immaculate hair. I'm not marrying Ross. What? Oh. Abby's brain refused to function and she could not speak. I'm marrying Jacques Castel.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Elise went on. Abby's brain clicked into gear of Castel's department stores. So she's marrying another well-named guy.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's probably some dude who's got a fucking...
He's all right.
He's got a little shop on 42nd Street.
That's enough. Cool. That's enough. What I felt for Ross...
He lives in a 2-bedroom flat. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
What I felt for Ross was a schoolgirl crush. Schoolgirl crush. Sorry, I didn't say that.
I felt that earlier. I had a schoolgirl crush.
With a little one. Hello. What I felt for Ross was a schoolgirl crush that I'd refused to let go. Gracefully, Elise rose, went to the door and locked it. You and I should have a proper talk.
Oh, fuck, dude. It's time. Abby, you're getting ready to get fucked by Elise. We've been waiting for this point. The only person I wanted to see fucking this whole book
is Elise and Abby.
No, I don't give a fuck about Abby.
Is Elise.
I want to get Elise.
With anybody.
Girl, look.
But Abby.
Elise Jordan, I'm really
sorry.
Stop
it!
I'm really so sorry I stood you up after the description of this book. I knew that we should have gone to fucking homecoming together, and I'm sorry that I didn't. I would have licked that ass.
You're welcome to come back in, but there is an agreement that we're both included.
Come on, girl.
All right.
I remember them titties.
They better not be as good as mine.
If we ever get Waco famous, girl, we're gonna hit it.
Abby's like, I don't see why. She goes, you will in a minute.
Oh fuck! I'm pulling out the cooter.
Ross and I were close years ago, and you obviously guessed, but our affair had burned itself out long before you came on the scene, or at least it had on his part. But I still hoped to get him back, and while he was playing the field, I felt I had a chance. However, once you waltzed it into his life, it was a different proposition. He went overboard for you.
He could not understand why he liked ugly women. We just figured it out all of a sudden, and it changed his life. And Abby, I want you to know that white little butthole is going to endanger the rest of your life. Rossiter Hunt doesn't want that.
He does. He does. She's admitting. No, you shut up right now.
He's hitting that back door every day. Abby.
Elise just said to Abby that she realizes that he is head over heels for her. He fell in love with you. That's why he dropped you so suddenly. Oh. Listen here. They're talking about Caroline, and she's like, but she walked into the path of a car. It was her own fault, Abby protested. He wasn't certain, and while there was even the slightest doubt in his mind, he didn't want to endanger you too. So here's the deal. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm dropping the book on this one. Ross and Kevin seem to have been dropping these ladies they were interested in because of the threats from Eric Ramsey, the grenade guy.
The grenade guy. They were worried the whole time about old GG, the grenade guy.
And Abby's talking to Elise, and she's like, why are you telling this now? And Elise is like, because I want to put things right. And they're talking and Abby's like, then it's best if we stay apart. And Abby stared down at her hands. He has an example. Wow, I am super drunk. Start over, you're driving. Abby stared down at her hands. He hasn't exactly pinned for me these past months. Pined? Pinned. Pined.
Pined.
Sorry.
Pinned? Pined.
Abby stared down at her hands. Fuck. Abby stared down at her hands. He hasn't exactly.
Dang, do you want me to read the last part? Here, I'll finish this off.
No, let me live. Right.
You're having a hard time.
I need to go potty too.
Oh.
All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
You want to join me in that restroom break?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea.
Joshua, you cover your ears. We're making adult noises.
Are there blinds on this window? Abby stared down at her hands. He hasn't exactly
there are blinds on this window.
pined. He hasn't exactly pined for me these past months. I've lost count of the girls he's taken out.
She's watching him every night.
Window dressing. Window dressing. Elise, but if you've any sense, you'll go and talk to him. Elise leaned forward and placed her hand on Abby's arm. That's the first they've touched. Oh my God. It's
Elise,
so exciting.
I never noticed how soft your hands are.
All right, so we're at the point of the wedding. Remember, this is the wedding.
Elise, I don't know why you're rubbing up. Oh,
This
that's my neighbor. Oh my God, Elise.
If I didn't have to clear my throat, I would have been like way more into this. So, toasts were proposed.
Oh yeah, they were.
Damn. Why is this salt shaker constantly near me and I knock it over every time? This is absurd. Absurd, Azzy. Everybody cut that out. I am wasted. Mind if I cut in? Ross said suavely, swinging Abby into his arms and dancing off her. It sounds so shitty.
Placing his dick in her hand. Swinging her around the bedroom.
Start over. If we could just fuck real quick, I'd probably sober up.
Well, we can't because. I mean, I guess we could.
Mind if I cut in? Ross said suavely, swinging Abby into his arms and dancing off with her.
Oh, he danced off with her out the door, down the street, and gone. Just dancing away.
This ain't Rain Man. Slow down. We're wet, but we're not that wet.
Yeah, they're gonna be tired, man.
Abby found herself staring at a king-size bed and immediately wondered how many women had shared it with him.
36.
Look, I promise you, I've just cut and cut and cut between so much time passing,
Abby,
but we are still at the wedding.
You ain't got time, Abby, to worry about this because you just. It's time to get down, Abby. Roster Hunt is ready to fuck.
Ross says, no one but me has slept in it since I met you, he stated, divining her thoughts. I don't know. Someone correct me. Abby's cheeks flamed. I couldn't care less. That's a pity. If I believe you'd gone to bed with other men since we'd met, I'd be damned upset. His eyes moved from her autumn gold hair to her wide red mouth.
Oh, yeah. It's really wide. Roster's like, I can't feel anything when I put my dick in your wide mouth,
I have
Abby.
to pull my skirt down a bit. It's riding up. Barely touched by lipstick, yet still sweetly curved, and the large green eyes.
His dick.
The large green eyes that watched him warily. I'm sorry for misjudging
Abby,
you
come
over
down
the
here and
letter.
Suck on my boomerang.
You make me just want to pass out with joy. That's not what was said in the book. That's just what I'm saying to Christopher.
For everybody that's not watching the live stream on the fucking video, I have my dick out. And
Oh, it's so pretty. All right. So Elise, she admits to Ross that Elise told her that she's the one who wrote the
Nice.
wrote the letter
I wrote the letters that were to incriminate Roster
to
by
Gary.
saying, to Gary, who said that Roster needed to be asked about marriage.
Ross pressed his temples
Oh,
with his fingers. It was
this is serious then.
It was an unusual gesture for him to make and gave her an
He was trying to explode her head with his head. Telekinesis.
Y'all, I'm
Professor
having
Xavier,
so
this motherfucker.
much so much trouble.
Well, there's 3 pages left in this fucking book. We can't finish it.
I need food in my stomach.
All right, keep going. We gotta finish this. We're way over time.
Ross pressed his fingers to his temples. It was an unusual gesture for him to make and gave her an indication of the strain he was under. It's the last months had... I'm so drunk.
Well, where are you? Point. No one has slept in this bed since I met you. He stated, driving her thoughts. Abby's cheek flame. I could care less. That's a pity. I believe you'd gone to bed with other men when we met. I'd be really fucking mad. His eyes moved from her autumn gold hair to her wide fucking mouth, barely touched by the lipstick, yet sweetly curved. How do you? And the large green eyes that watched him wearily. Weirdly. That watched him weirdly. I'm sorry for misjudging you over the ladder. I just thought maybe you'd fucked a lot of people, and he was like, no, Abby. No. That smell you're smelling is not sex and booze and gasoline and cocaine. Okay? It's just
It's
my
floor
natural
cleaner.
It's my natural fucking musk. And if you want this dick, you're gonna get another
Jump on it.
All right, I'm
Jump
skipping
on
a bit.
it. Thank you for taking over from me.
I've been jumping to the wrong conclusions about you from the very beginning, he said grimly. I've misjudged you a few times too. You mean with regards to Caroline? The kitty cat whose tail I yanked at the beginning of this? Your cousin who I butt fucked at the beginning of this story? Abby. No, she nodded. And also Elise and a few others. Oh my God. I never dated any woman more than twice. Holy fuck, me either, Rossiter. I date, don't break up, fuck, and break up again, and that was the
Except
end.
for me.
Well, we haven't broke up and fucked again. We'll get there.
Yes, we have.
We'll get there.
No, we haven't. Yes, we have. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
I might
One
really
dark
put-
eyebrow lifted because it's the only one she has. And his expression was mocking. I'm making fun of you, Abby. I must say, I surprised myself. I hadn't realized I was so old-fashioned. Fucking roster, you fucking dildo. But since falling in love with you, I haven't wanted anyone else in my bed.
Oh.
No, look, Roster, I know that that's adorable.
We
and
both
that you-
want people in our
but
beds, even though
since
we're
I've
committed.
been married, I have fucked more people since being married than I have when I was single. I'm just saying.
It's because I care for your happiness.
Getting your dick licked on by 2 people is pretty amazing.
I like it too.
All right.
Sorry, Josh. You're getting lots of fillers.
He came a step nearer, but made no attempt to touch her because he was afraid that she would fall in love with him, and he was really weird about it.
Remember when you wouldn't look at me when I was like, I'm taking my shirt off, don't look.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm going to
And
sleep.
it was the best move you never made.
That was a power move. Yeah. Let's see.
I have to go to the bathroom so bad, you guys.
His soul and could not go any further. The rest was up to her. If she wanted him, she must make the next move. The end. Wait, I'm sorry. There's a page and a half left.
No.
With a soft cry. Oh, I fucking love it when bitches cry.
Oh.
If you fucking cry in front of me, I want you to know that my dick is hard in front of you.
I do love crying with you.
I love tears. And if they're like emotionally scarred tears,
We are.
from like a lot of past trauma,
Very much.
I fucking love that
I
shit.
love you so
I don't even love just dad issues. I love all kinds of
Any
religious
issues.
trauma, whatever. I'm fucking
Oh
down.
my God.
I love that.
We have to go home so soon.
All right. Abby found herself staring at a king-size bed and immediately wondered how many women he shared. We already passed all this shit, too.
Yeah,
didn't we?
get on with it.
All right. With a soft cry, I ran towards him, buried her face against the side of his neck. Gay. Only then, she should have buried her face in his fucking dick.
That's
dude.
only when I cry.
I buried my face in his fucking foreskin. Come on, Abby. Only then, close to him, was she fully aware of the strain he had been under. Oh, it's
I love when
pressing
you're
into
under
her thigh.
strain. I love when you're under strain and I can
He might
relieve
appear
that.
calm on the surface, but his heart was beating as wildly as hers. She felt it in her thigh as his throbbing, rock-hard caucus
That's leaking.
burrowed into her fucking hip.
It's
bone.
leaking out.
None of this is in the book. This is me making Roberta Leigh. I'm making your narration better of this fuck story.
Oh.
Okay. I love you, he said to her. I love you too, she whispered.
Oh.
Twinning her fingers through his hair.
Twining?
It says twinning.
Twining?
And reveling in the reveling in the silky feel of it. I can't bear to think of the months we've wasted. How about
See?
years, Abby? How old are you?
No, I'm telling you, time's gone by, but it's not been that much time.
Nor can I. His arms enveloped her, straining her so close.
Enveloped?
She was enveloped. She was so close she was frightened. Her ribs would crack.
Oh my God.
Roster's trying to fucking.
Why is he
There's a
killing
full
her?
Nelson slam here coming.
I love football.
I swear I'll make you up to you for all the terrible things I said. Forgive me, darling, with a lowercase letter, because he's not using it as her name.
Oh my God.
His breath was warm on her cheek, his lips soft against the side of her mouth. You must forgive me too, she
This
said
has gotten
mistily.
so sloppy.
Our trouble was that we fell in love with each other before we knew each other. Oh.
Is it? It is.
That was the problem. So I see them, we're in love. And then that was too early.
You gotta get to know each other afterwards.
That's why we were both so defensive and untrusting, and we ate so many fucking croissant biscuits that we're both gained 20 pounds and we're no longer attractive.
Well, but see, that's almost our problem, but we are attractive and attracted to each other.
And we can still eat a fuck ton of croissants. I was going to talk to you anyway. I've been so damn miserable without you. I couldn't go on any longer, so I jumped in front of a fucking car. Kara pushed me out of the way and took the hit for me. Oh, it's all being revealed now. Honestly, that's not in the book.
Oh
I
my
made
God.
this shit up.
I was taking a drink. I can't handle it. Can we please take a potty break? Can we
No,
please
dude,
take
I got a
potty break?
page and a half left.
Can we please,
For
please,
answers,
please, please, please,
he
please,
released her and went
please,
across the
please.
bureau opposite the bed. Opening the first drawer, he pulled out a dildo with a folder on it and handed it
This
to
is
her.
not. Give me the book back.
Okay, you're right here at the top.
They
We're
can't
almost
spend
done.
all night with us.
Okay, hurry up. Let's do this.
Even though we don't know each other too well, how better to learn our lives than by sharing it with each
Getting
other.
married. Let's just get married
How-
and we'll learn about each other.
How better indeed. Almost. I'm okay. Mike's checking on me. He's the best. I love having a third in our partnership.
I guess so. Fuck.
Well,
a
'cause I'm-
bathroom fucking helper.
I want to be the center of attention, and I love when men are taking care of me.
Hell yeah.
How soon will you marry me? He whispered against her breasts. How soon can you get a license? She responded, stroking his ear and enjoying
Oh,
the shudder that
his ear?
pierced him.
Baby,
Would
I
you-
want you to take me home. I want you to stroke me.
Would
But
you-
listen to me. I don't want you to stroke my cock. I want you to stroke my ears.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ego because I was like, that's suiting. But no,
Yeah,
listen.
no, I'm an egomaniac for sure, for sure.
Would you believe I have one? Ross says. He already has a fucking license for marriage to fucking marry Abby.
I was going to marry Elise, and I'll just cross her name out, and I'll put your name, Abby.
At this precise moment, Mr. Hunt, I believe anything you tell me.
I believe that I will cross this name out and put Abby. He's like, we'll just cross Elise.
Elise to
No,
Abby.
Mom.
Abby.
No, it's not a name change. It's a different person.
Then I'm telling you that we shall be married a month from now.
Oh, man.
I won't sleep easy until you're my wife, and any misunderstandings we have can be resolved in our double
We
bed.
can figure this out after we're married.
Sounds fine to me, she teased and wriggled free of him. Meanwhile, there's a wedding outside, and some of your relations and mine will be wondering what we're doing in
Rossiter
here.
is piss drunk right now. There is no way in
Me
fuck
too.
hell he remembers this. He's in a bathroom
Me
right now.
too.
Abby
oh my
walked.
God, where'd you get that, Josh?
He's had it the whole time. Abby went into the bathroom and was taking a piss, and Roster walked in and he's like, "Hey, Abby, you remember that one time that we, you remember that one time we fucked?"
Oh my God, I love
she was
bathroom
like,
moments.
and she was like, "Oh,
The
he's being
bathroom
really
is the
romantic," and he
kinkiest.
was like, "I really think that after we get finished this way, I mean, you should go."
The bathroom is the
Abby,
kinkiest
no,
place to be.
Abby, I think that I really just
All right, so listen.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Hey, sober up, man.
Sober up, Roster. He's drunk. as
Sober
well.
up,
I'm
Christopher.
ready to fuck Abby.
Christopher, listen to me.
All right, hit it.
Shall we prove them right?
Let's do it. Oh,
Her eyes met his without provocation. Do you want...
is Abby's first blowjob coming up?
Start over. Shall we prove them right? Her eyes met his without provocation. Prevarication? Prevarication.
Perversification.
I am so stupid. Do you want to, Ross? very much, but I won't. When we next make love, I want to touch every part of you, kiss you from top to toe, enter you, and never leave you.
That means he's going to kill you, Abby.
His voice deepened and he drew into her arms again, his body trembling with the effort of self-control. It's only a couple of days till we go to Monte Carlo. Will you mind waiting? Only on one condition. Puzzled, he lifted his head from her breast and looked at her, which is that we keep the 2 airline tickets but cancel 1 bedroom. I'll be happy to oblige, he said huskily, always and anytime.
Is it over?
They fucked it out. They're getting married.
No, they
Caroline's
didn't fuck it
married.
out. They didn't fuck it out. They got married. They married it out. No,
God
they're not.
damn it! I
They're
felt
gonna
like I was
get a
led up
month
to
into it, and he's gonna be like, "I made a mistake." It'll be almost time for the wedding. Abby will be sitting there with a big fucking irregular smile on her face, and Rosser is not gonna show up. He's not gonna show up. It'll be a destination wedding, a fucking beach or whatever, and he's not gonna show up. And they're gonna find him with Elise riding him on top of it. Be like, I thought you 2 weren't doing it. He's like, I can't. Abby, y'all are high as fuck. Have y'all seen this broad?
Oh, I was just reading
regular.
this quote I wrote while I was taking a trip the other day. The trees looked like lace against the sky.
Oh, is that when we were taking mushrooms? We were pounding Cubanuses.
Yeah.
Fucking reading
So
books.
anyway, okay, so this is the end of the book.
Yeah, series 1 is finished.
We have all
Up top,
climaxed
everybody.
together.
So since we're probably going to get canceled after this, we want to just tell you all, thank you for listening to this 4-part podcast. You will probably never be Waco famous, but if we are,
I think
we want you guys to sponsor a trip for us to London so we can fucking take videos for OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all. I'm gonna go finish this fucking bottle of tequila and get something to eat.
Yeah,
And smoke.
baby.
Joshua, you got a J?
Boy.
Boy, it's time to smoke.